It's time to step into awareness. Now, as a young boy, I was that kind of a kid who never stopped asking questions. I was obsessed with asking questions. I don't know whether you have a relationship with such a child, someone that just seems to be connected with some unending source of questions. It was an obsession for me, and nothing would wear me out, or lower my curiosity. I would ask questions, deep questions when I grew up now. And I remember some of these questions I was asking. I'm like, wow, these were deep questions I was asking. I would ask questions from life to death to existence, God, religion, suffering, prosperity, difference in people's results. Why are some people poor, others rich? All these questions that sometimes they'll rub the adults in my life the wrong way. It was as though I was in some kind of a full-time job of asking questions. I felt like it was a responsibility for me. I mean, and a job I did well because I remember I would ask questions even in my dreams, asking questions. Um, and I'm not talking about the kind of questions like, where do babies come from? That's not what I was asking, although that could be one of those. But I'm talking about questions about the existence of life and the difference in people's life and why some people, my relatives, were a certain way, and why they ended. Was it their choice? Did God decide for them to be like that? The kind of questions that perhaps most adults did not have answers for. And the easiest thing is, well, give us a break or give me a break, because the questions, there was no break. You either just get, kick me out of, where I am, where you are, and just ask me to leave. But there was no break to the questions. And I got used to seeing the adults struggle, and the mental exhaustion uh, coming from not having answers to some of these questions. And today, I'd like us to look at some of these questions that I had. And, having been through the journey I have been through as a minister, all the way ordained minister, to becoming a full-time coach, a trainer, a leadership executive coach and trainer, transformational coach, and also a success strategist. Can I answer myself? Have you ever eaten your own humble pie? Some of these questions now, my daughter, who is 6 years old, is asking me the same questions. I can see myself in her. Very interesting. And I'm sure you're wondering, what kind of questions are these? How can I know I'm on the right path in life? How does someone know? This is the kind of questions I'm talking about. What is the difference in people's life? How come our neighbors live a different life from us? Did we do something? What did we do? You have no questions, or you just tell your child, "Need God," like we say in Kenya, it's God. It's Jesus. But I tell you, yeah, tell me it's Jesus, but let's go to the root. Really, what did you do to be different from your neighbor? You see, as we begin the year, it's good to know that it's not about what is happening around us. It's about what is happening within us. That makes all the difference, because the rain doesn't rain on your neighbor's land and fail to rain in yours. The sun will shine for all of us. The economy will affect all of us. Why? Some people are rich, others are poor. Why would you choose to be poor? Why would you choose to be on the other side? Why would you? Some people are leaders, others are followers. Why would you choose to be a follower? Some people are decision makers on the round table. Others ask, what happened? While some make things happen. So really, it's not about what is happening. What is happening happens to everyone. Oh, Jeff, I got an accident. Happens to all of us. I lost someone. Happens to all of us. But what you do as a result of what is within you makes all the difference. It makes all the difference. Is the standard I'm living by desire? Or is it by destiny? See, life is interesting, my friend. Life is interesting. And it's true that we actually, in this life, and I'm a testimony of what I'm saying, we get wounded constantly. Life has a way of piercing through us. But it's because life knows our strength and it knows what we are made of. And that awareness, when you can get the awareness of what is going on outside the matrix and the manipulation outside of the matrix, in the matrix and in the mix, and you're manipulated, you just do whatever society tells you to do, then of course, until you break free, you are a slave of your own consciousness. But when you break free, you get what we call Christ consciousness, God level consciousness. And in that place, you realize this life, even the wounding, the wounds that we go through, the scars in our body are the testimony, are part of the journey to prepare, to propel us towards our destination. Nothing just happens. And you know, I'm speaking as someone that went through a lot of childhood trauma, lack, you know, a lot of lack, a lot of trauma, a lot of looking at others and feeling like we are left out, you know, a lot of looking at life and questioning, a lot of emotional but physical pain also, because for 11 years I was hospitalized and I was in hospital for that long and isolated. All I knew was the bed, the doctors, and a coach by the side, a coach, not a couch, coach. My dad got a coach, someone to help me understand, you know, some of what people were doing in school and prepare me for primary education exam, which I did right from hospital. But you see, that was a gift to me. because then life prepared me to be this kind of person that is intuitively connected, that hears beyond the BS. And BS means belief system. It can mean other things and it will still be true. Because belief system are total BS. And those stories you've believed and hold on to like they're your life, they're total BS. And the moment you are aware of that and step out of the matrix, the influence of keeping you small, you realize you are made for more. You realize there's something special. You have greatness within you, and nothing can break you. There's a part of you that is unbreakable. There's a part of you that no sickness, no sun, no heat, no lack, no amount of oppression, suppression, depression can take away from you. But caveat, caveat, you give it away willingly. You give it away. See, I remember the story of Hitler in Parliament coming with this cock chicken, and he has some maize in his pocket, and he plucks the chicken feather by feather until this chicken, in fact, a cock, is totally featherless. Leaves it on the podium and goes to sit, leaving one, seed of maize leading to where he was seated. And out of about 5,000 people seated, the tortured chicken came to Hitler. And he said, I've made my point. If you want to torture someone, if you want to rule over someone, show them that everything they need is with you. They can come to you. And isn't this the way we have believed that what we need to heal is outside of us? That what you need to be complete, to be whole, to be the child of God you are born to be is with your boss, is with your mom, and is with your dad, and is with your oppressor, is with someone outside of you, and you're following them to give you chicken food because, hey, you've decided to be a chicken. Who wants to be the next person to take their life back? Because you know what? I'm so inspired when I see people come out of the cocoon of being manipulated, underrated, misunderstood by this world, and not give a faith in what others talk about them, think about them, begin to live life by their terms. Let me ask you a question. Are you one of those people that says in this year, this new year, I'm taking back my life? No, I'm not waiting for people's opinions. I'm taking my life back. The joy I feel when I see people take back their life, when I see people live life by their terms, when I see someone begin to live life by their terms. But let me share with you an answer to a question I asked. How do you know for sure? These are some of the questions I used to ask when I was small. How do you know for sure? How do you become free from other people's opinions? How do you become a leader and lead others? Really, how do you overcome all these conditionings that we go through, societal conditioning that has been reinforced in us? And can healing be accelerated? The answer is yes. In fact, life, whatever life brings you, and I say I'm a testimony of this, no valley or mountaintop has been a curse for me. Nothing. No hater has been a mistake. No. There's no part of my story that I want to edit, because the valleys, the mountaintops, all of them created the person I am. The parents life gave me, both of them. Both of them. And that's another story for another day. You know, the kind of parenting where if you pass through, my friend, you're pure gold. Every one of your move is watched. Forget about the KDF and the training. My God, if you ever be trained by my mother, you know, my mom is the kind of a parent. She look at you and you're sure she can see the intelligence of your liver. There's no lying, I'm telling you. The kind of, there's just a look. And it's not just a look. You used to get the kind of beating that even police could not do a search in our home because they feared my mom. Neighboring kids would be brought to our home for punishment. That's kind of a mother. When she punishes you, you say thank you. That's a blessing. If it wasn't for mom, I would not have been able to deal with my ego. I think God knew the ego was just so big, fat ego, needs a certain conditioning, certain environment. And so God knew, and He gave me a gift of a mother that takes no BS. My dad is the opposite, is the kind, soft, leading from behind, you know, kind of sobriety, sober leader, grounded place. Nothing is big with my dad. Nothing. And I got a lot from him. You know, you can go through the valley of the shadow of death with a smile on your face. And no one can predict what you're going through. I got that from my dad. I can be as broke as hell, and you can't tell. I can be as loaded as the gates, and you can't tell. Got that from my dad. Is a grounded place. But I needed, if I only got that, I would have missed something. So everything that we go through, I know there are some of us that have gone through a lot of wounds, especially during these times of COVID and times of global crisis. And you've maybe attracted so many haters. It's because there is something. But there's a caveat here. Let me repeat, there's a caveat. Healing, it's acceleratable. It is also can be hindered by our attachment to the ego. The more you are attached to the ego, your lower version of you, your emotional self, your primitive self, the harder it is for you to break free and grow up and live life by your terms. You know, you have to deal with this part of the ego and be free mentally. Otherwise, if you're the kind of person that is still blaming your parents, blaming your environment, blaming other people for what they do, oh, You've a long way to go, and this next year will be a waste of space for you. It'll be a waste of space. If you want to really grow, if you want to really look at the next 10 years and make a difference in this life, you have to live this life from a different place. You have to work with the universe and all the scripture that says that everything works together for my good. Life is working together for my good. Life is working together for my good. Life is supporting me, healing. Life is supporting me to heal me, to take me to the place of total freedom and joy. Not everyone takes advantage of what life gives them, because everything is a gift, including the auntie that is a witch. They are a gift. Without that auntie, you not be as disciplined as you are. Right now, you're living a life of wanting to prove a point because of her, because of her, because of her, because of those haters. You've raised your game. So they are part of the bigger plan of God. God positions these pawns in different places of our lives to help us. So don't focus on people that are positioned to support you. Hey, support you to your destiny. You are a queen. You are a goddess. You are a king. You are a prince. You are a princess. Those are just your servants. The haters are your servants. People coming to wound you, they're your servants. The reason I feel so good to take people through this shallow way of living, where we are living to blame others, to think and give others power. Every time you blame someone, you give them power. They become more powerful. How about you just walk right through the circle that witch drew, because you are aware of who you are. Awareness is powerful. Awareness brings healing. Awareness. You cannot be aware of the drama and be in the drama. So you have to step out of the drama and look at it from elevated bird's eye view, and just realize that the witch, the hater, is a small people. That's not your game. Raise your standards. I find most people are resistant to their own healing journey. They are resistant because of their ego. They are resisting their own healing journey. I find so many people almost obsessed with resistance to their own healing journey. And they are resisting what the universe is bringing them as a gift, wrapped in pain. But it's a gift because dawa ya moto ni moto. You heal heat with heat. And so when you see yourself surrounded with so much pain, just know that there's a lot of pain within you that needs to be released. And the universe is serving you. That's an awareness. You step out of the drama. Step out of the drama circle so you can see. Open the eyes of my heart, Lord. I want to see you. If you want to see and see the truth, because there's so much manipulation metrics at work people don't know that has affected our health, our mentality, our subconscious conditioning. Because everything you watch, everything you see on TV is actually conditioning you to act a certain way. There's what we call global conditioning that conditions an entire generation to think a certain way. They do that through the media. They do that, manipulating people to think a certain way. This is okay, you live this way. And some of us, we don't know any other life. We don't know life by our terms. We don't know that power. We are here as robots to feed other people's ego and power, politicians, and those leeches of power that are here to manipulate you. And you die without ever making a mark with your own ink because you never believed you deserve it. You have to live life by other people's terms. Never again. You see, life is about decisions. It's about reaching that point of decision. And decisions equals destiny, like Tony Robbins would say. When you reach that point, breakthrough is a moment. It doesn't take 10 years to change. It doesn't take 100 years, 15 years. No, it takes a moment. Any change takes two things. Number one, awareness. Number two, a moment. Change never happens in 10 years. No, it took you 10 years to get there. In a week, no, it took you 7 days to get there. But there, what we call there, is a moment. It's a moment when you say enough is enough. It's a moment when you make a decision, and decision means cut off every other option. Some of us will take 10 years to reach a point to say, you cannot manipulate me anymore. Some of us will live, 10 years live in a relationship. They are hurting. They are dead. They're separated. Because we want others to see us a certain way. We live a lie. 10 years, a slave. Have you watched that movie, Lupita Nyong'o? 10 years, 12 years a slave. Some of us, we are addicted and resisting our own healing because we are not aware. What we call ego, EGO, is actually a lack of awareness. People are egoistic because they are not aware. People are dramatic because they're not aware. Coaching is about awareness. The number one goal in coaching, when I train coaching, by the way, right now we're doing an intake for the next class. If you want to change this life, maybe you're living ordinary career, you're just living to pay bills. It's a time to learn another skill you can actually earn an income from, but also make a deposit of impact that is meaningful on the planet. So that, when you die, no one will remember your boss. When you die, no one will remember where you worked. And people don't really care. When you die, when you're not useful, you will not be useful. But there's a profession called coaching that even if you're on your sick bed, you can still coach. The older you get, the more wisdom you have, the deeper. I'm not talking the way I used to talk when I began coaching 15 years ago. This boy has grown. This boy is growing. The beauty of coaching is the room there is to expand, to grow, and there's no waste. Doing anything, just to empower someone else. You're also empowering yourself. You're holding a double-edged sword. I encourage you, if you're not yet a certified coach, join the next class right now. You can become a part-time coach that does your job as you coach. It will help you become sharper in your career. It will help you become better in your communication. It will help you become a leader in your organization, but also give you an income. To help you also go through some of the organizational challenges you're going through, because in coaching, we learn not just about awareness, but about leadership. A leader is someone that doesn't just look at things and make them worse than they are. No, a leader is someone that looks at things as they are, make them better. This is a time to be truthful, to forget about all these belief systems that have not served you in the past. Some of them come from your religion, some of them come from your schooling, from the parenting you went through. A day comes where you make a decision that this is the day of my breakthrough. A breakthrough is intentional. A breakthrough is created. A breakthrough is created when you make that decision from this moment on, from now, I'm going to live life by my terms. My terms. My terms. It doesn't mean that it's perfect. No. What it means is my terms. From that moment, you begin to live. From that moment, mark the day. Mark this day. This is the day of your decision. And please be sure to click on the link below. If you're making that decision, I want to support you. I'm here to serve you. I did not just go through my 11 years of pain and darkness in vain. It was to set the captives free, the captives of their mind, the captives of societal conditioning, so you can be truly free. Free from your ego. EGO, edging God out. Free from resistance of the assistance that life is giving you so you can heal. Because all of us are broken. All of us are broken. And the universe is aware you're broken to be healed. You are broken to be. Have you ever seen the Japanese plates? You know, they make plates and then they break the plates and put them back together with gold. They look so beautiful. Every crack is a crack of beauty. You just want to dine on that plate. You just want to use it for every meal because it looks so beautiful. Why? It was broken and healed. Compared to any other, to the perfect plate, the one that has no gold, and the more it's broken, the more gold went into those openings, those trenches of brokenness. I know some of us have gone through a lot. Hey, doesn't mean that you need to be pitied more. No, you need to be celebrated more. It's only heroes get the gift of going through so much so you can be decorated with so much gold. And you can look so beautiful. And you can become of someone useful to this planet. So allow yourself. Whatever is happening, allow yourself. Step out of the drama and out of this, whatever is going on, and see yourself. See yourself. Look at yourself in the drama and know that you're not the drama. You're not the story. You're not your story. You're not your past. Neither are you your present. You're not even your future. You're not even this body. You're the one observing your life. That is the true you. And you can make an observation and change the direction of your life from this moment on. You see, if you're married to your ego, if you allow your ego to take over your life, which would be the saddest thing, you're going to live the pain of regret for the rest of your life. If you allow your ego to take your life, you will have stopped your greatness. And if you don't realize that life is gifting you, life is not punishing you. Life is not happening to you. Life is happening for you. Life is supporting you. Life is supporting you. Everything will make sense through awareness. Everything makes sense. You begin to appreciate. There's no one on this planet I appreciate more than my mother. No one. No one has had a bigger impact than my mom. My dad has had, my dad is my best friend, but my mom, hey, my mom is the one that stretches you to the end of the limit, then stretches you farther. Is the one that reaches beyond. You know, when you look to the beyond and then looks yonder. It's like the backyard of beyond. Stretch you to the limit of your nerve. You see, that is a blessing because that's when the ego dies. But if you're still in a fight with your mother, you're still in a fight with your spouse, you are still a toddler. You've not grown. And the gift, the biggest gift in this world is the gift of awareness. As when you're aware that all these things is actually not true. This is not true. The story you hear about life was created by people that are not smarter than you. Steve Jobs said that. The things you see and celebrate and even worship and bow on those under those mountains and trees, they were positioned by people that were not smarter than you. My appointment with God is to help people live life by their terms, is to free the captives that just live life by the news, by the internet, what the internet say, by what others say about them. To live life by their terms. What power? There's no power like that. Governments know. Institutions know. Even, religion knows. That's why people, they try to be led in a way that they are controllable, not to be free. Be free in a controlled way. And these insecure, egoistic leaders feel when people are totally free, they'll be free indeed. And that means they cannot be manipulated. That is one thing I celebrate, is the gift of awareness. There's no such a gift as powerful as the gift of awareness. Because then you can read and you can see through whatever people are saying. You can see the BS. Throw it away. Throw it away. Do away with BS. Please don't cross the year with BS, with these belief systems that hold you back, with these carcasses that smell, with all this old meat that really just smell. It's not fresh. You want to live a fresh life. Live it by your terms. I like people that challenge the status quo and live life by their terms. I love that. Never be scared of people that live life. Never be scared of the little boy asking too many questions. Because you're encouraging freedom, you're encouraging awareness, the power of awareness. It is a power that unleashes greatness within. And if you don't utilize that gift of greatness, you lose a lot. You lose time. You lose another resource we call time. Awareness. Your awareness will determine your destiny. Your awareness will determine your capacity for healing. You cannot suffer and be aware at the same time. Awareness frees you from suffering. because you suffer because of your lack of awareness. Even God says, my people suffer for lack of awareness. Awareness heals. Awareness takes you away from suffering. I work with couples, people that loved each other, lived for each other, now hate each other. And they get into each other's nerves because they are not aware. To the point people even kill each other and get into even more darkness. There's no need. There's no need. When you're aware, you become loving. You become kind. You become patient. And ego cannot stand that. You change your world around you, the world of your relationships. You heal your relationship. You grow the capacity to heal your relationship. My friend, you're not bound by your ego. And awareness and ego, they are the opposites of each other. You can either decide to be egoistic, self-absorbed person, or you can be loving. You cannot be both. It's never possible. And you see, most of us have been ruled by ego so much, we don't know what it is to love. See, love is not about emotion, it's not about feeling. It's like goodness. You don't wait to feel good. No, you act good. You act loving. Is in you. The image and likeness of God is in you. It frees you from suffering. You see, people suffer. In relationships, they suffer. Even their kids make them suffer. I get calls. This morning I got a call, a parent calling me. They're suffering because of a relationship with their child. But you see, it's not even about your child, it's about you. You're the sick one. Your child is okay. They're just growing up. It's you that needs coaching. Don't call me and say, Jeff, I'm connecting with my daughter. No, it's you, baby. It's you. It's you that needs to be my client, not your child. Did your child say they need a coach? No. You're the one suffering. You're the one in pain. You're the one who's full of ego. And when we deal with our ego, you see your child differently. You begin to be loving because you are aware. Can you feel me? Can you feel? This is coming from a place of deep, a sober place, not just an emotional place. It's a sober place. It's a place of truth. Is you take this or you don't. No, I tell people you're too emotional. And emotions have ruined this life. Some of us, our ego is a cousin of your emotions because your emotions is your primitive self. Don't make decisions of emotions. Make decisions out of the fruit of joy, peace, and love. Decisions that you make. Decide to be loving. Once you step into love, you surrender. You surrender your thoughts and fears and emotions to God, your worries, your beliefs, your belief system, your BS that has limited you, your fantasies of how life should be, and really live this life. Suffering is in your mind. And true freedom is about giving up all these thoughts. You see, research. I need to take some water here. Research tells us that every day the ordinary human being has 62,000 thoughts about himself. And 90% of those thoughts are negative and redundant, meaning that the same thoughts this person thought yesterday, and they were preconditioned by the TV they watched, by the way they were brought up, by the way the church taught them, by those classes, by whatever it is you went through. All that conditioned you to think that's the world. 62,000 negative thoughts. You're thinking you're not enough. I won't make it. This year will be tough. Oh my God. This is not me. Someone else but not me. You're telling yourself that. Meaning, if one day 62,000, every hour at least 3,000 thoughts have gone through your head, even as you listen to me. Thoughts are going non-stop. Yeah. They create what we call subconscious conditioning. The conditioning. We're just living our own conditions. It's like creating a movie, but you're part of that movie. But then now I want you to put the movie, step out of the movie and watch it from the big screen, detached from the movie, detached from the stories. Look at it as just a story. You can be anything you want to be. You can actually even change your identity and change your nation and change where you live and change who you are. There's no one holding you back. No one. You can be who you want to be. You can live where you want to live. Only you stop yourself. Nothing holds you back but you and your ego. My prayer is that this year will be the year to unleash your greatness so you can raise your standard and live life by your terms. Utilize the resource of awareness by getting a coach, training to become a coach so we can change this life. We can change this world, because only when people shift their level of consciousness, their level of awareness, can they be free. And I'm grateful that your prayers you've been making are working, because you see, watu hawapangwingwi. People don't want to be pangwa. They don't want to be arranged. They don't want to be designed, their destiny designed by someone else. But don't just say sipangwingwi and not do anything about it. Jipange. Live life by your terms. Now, to jipanga, you need someone with the right tools, someone that has worked with people, someone with testimonials of breakthroughs that can help you. A person could as well be me. And I have a few clients. I only need 2 now in my list to fill the calendar for the next almost 3 months. Are you the one? Are you the person that is going to say yes to your life and no to all this chaos and manipulation and conditioning, so you can forever heal and live life by your terms? Step out and surrender your fears. Become the man, the woman, the person you are born to be, and shift your attention from this experience created by man, and you as part of it, of experience of thoughts and emotions, and go to the next level, which is awareness, where you can just look at the world of thoughts and emotions from outside. Remove yourself so you can detach from suffering. Yes, you don't have to suffer. Stop suffering. Awareness brings the light of knowing that all these thoughts, all these emotions, all this drama are really not you. This is not who you are. And by the way, the addiction to labels, to think that this is who you are and believing that this is who you are, that is where the problem is. One thing I've learned about this life is whenever you resist something, like when you when you resist this world of drama, world of thoughts and emotions, you resist it and you bind it in Jesus' name, then it will persist. Excuse me. This is a lip balm made from honey. Love it. So when you resist something, it will persist. Like if I push through the screen and push against your your fist, you will push against me. But when I relax in my awareness that I am enough and nobody can tunya me, nothing. What to do? What I do? What? Relax in that place of awareness that you are enough, that you are complete, that you are, that what you are is not minus anything. Once you don't resist, look at your relationship where there's no resistance, they just relax and go away. If you don't argue with a fool, they relax their foolishness and change. It's the same thing in relationship. When you don't argue with a fool, and I know at some point I might have been a fool, they relax. The foolishness relaxes. And you change your life by just being in the place of awareness where you're not resisting anything. If you don't resist these thoughts, they relax. They relax, actually. If you don't resist the emotions, the feeling, they relax. And you realize even the negative emotions, they were here to serve you. Fear was here to serve you. Relax. Don't push against fear. Don't run away from it. When you run away from a lion, it will get you. Because fear was made to run after something running. But when you are still, that's what the Bible says, be still and know. Because awareness comes in stillness. Be still and know. I think that is Psalms 46 verse 10. Be still and know. The stillness removes you from resisting life to a place of awareness that you are not that. You are not that. That's not your ideal self. And you can change the channel. It's a powerful place to live. That is what I wish you. Happy New Year of freedom. Happy New Year of peace. Happy New Year of love. Thank you and God bless. Goodbye.